Yokohama is located in Kanagawa Prefecture and is Japan's second largest city, with a population of about 3.7 million. Just a quick 20-minute train ride from Tokyo, it's one of the country's top tourist destinations, known for its rich history and unique cultural charm. When Japanese people ask each other, "Where do you live?" and you answer, "Yokohama," it's common to get a positive reaction like, "Wow, that's a nice place to live." However, once you mention the specific area, it's not uncommon for people to respond with something like, "So you're in the countryside part of Yokohama, huh?" Often with a slightly dismissive tone. This kind of gap in perception stems from the common image people have of the name Yokohama. When most people hear Yokohama, they tend to picture the stylish waterfront areas like Minato Mirai or Yamashita Park. However, those spots actually represent just a small part of the entire city. In reality, Yokohama covers a larger area than Tokyo's 23 wards and features a wide variety of landscapes depending on the region. It's a city where peaceful countryside scenes, quiet residential neighborhoods, and even hilly terrain all coexist, creating a richly diverse living environment. For now, we'll provide a general overview of each, but in future installments, we'll explore their unique histories and cultural backgrounds in more detail. What makes Yokohama so appealing is the distinct personality each area has to offer, each with its own unique story. By understanding the historical context behind these neighborhoods, you'll be able to experience Yokohama on a much deeper level, far beyond the surface of typical sightseeing. The Minato Mirai district is characterized by its modern skyline, featuring high-rise buildings and large shopping complexes, an area that has come to symbolize contemporary Yokohama. However, it's only in recent years that this area has become the lively, bustling destination it is today. In the past, this part of the city was not easily accessible to the general public. In 1859, following the opening of Yokohama Port under the trade treaty with the United States, a designated foreign settlement was established in the Kanai district. Traders and diplomats from countries such as Britain, France, and Russia settled there, and the area gradually developed into an international district where Western and Japanese cultures blended together. Yokohama's Chinatown is not only the largest in Japan, also one of the biggest in East Asia. Packed into a compact area roughly 500 meters square, you'll find over 600 shops and restaurants lining the streets. With its vibrant, exotic atmosphere, it's a place where you can enjoy street food, shopping, and cultural experiences all in one visit, attracting around 19 million visitors each year. It's one of Japan's most popular tourist destinations. Yamashita Park is one of Yokohama's most iconic tourist spots. For many Japanese people, it's the first place that comes to mind when they think of Yokohama. The park offers great views of the illuminated Heikawa Maru and Marine Tower, making it a popular spot for night scenery. Thanks to its beauty and strong recognition, the park plays an important role in Yokohama city branding and tourism economy. The Yamata district developed separately from Kanai as another area designated for foreign residents. Even today, many Western-style houses and churches from that era still remain. At the foot of Yamata lies Motomachi, which grew as a commercial area catering to the needs of the foreign community. Today, Motomachi is known for its refined atmosphere and stylish shopping street, making it a popular destination for tourists. While many areas of Yokohama developed under the influence of Western culture, the Noge district grew alongside the lives of Japanese workers and everyday citizens. It remains one of the few places in the city where you can still feel the local face of Yokohama. Even today, Noge is lined with nostalgic eateries and traditional izakaya, making it a popular spot for visitors looking to experience the more down-to-earth local side of the city. The Edo period was the final era in which Japan was ruled by the Tokugawa shogunate, a military government led by a shogun. with the samurai class playing a central role in politics. Toward the end of this period, Japan faced a major turning point in its history. During the Edo period, Japan strictly limited its interactions with foreign countries under a policy known as sakoku, or national isolation. The primary goal of this policy was to prevent the spread of foreign religions and cultures, especially Christianity, which were seen as potential threats to the shogunate's authority and the existing social order. Christianity, in particular, was viewed as incompatible with the political and religious values of the time and was therefore subject to rigorous suppression. However, in 1854, the shogunate signed a treaty with the United States, effectively bringing an end to Japan's sakoku policy after more than 220 years of isolation. Then, in 1858, Japan signed the Treaty of Amity and Commerce with the U.S., marking the beginning of full-scale engagement with the international community. Under this treaty, several ports were open to foreign ships, one of them being Yokohama Port. Following this, the shogunate signed similar treaties with the Netherlands, Russia, Britain, and France, leading many foreign merchants to settle in Yokohama. In this way, Yokohama began its transformation into a city at the forefront of Japan's modernization and internationalization. Under the same treaty, other ports such as Hakodate, Nagasaki, and Kobe were also open to foreign trade. These cities, like Yokohama, became home to many foreign residents and centers of active trade and cultural exchange. Even today, the unique international atmosphere found in these cities is a reflection of that historical legacy. Why did the Tokugawa shogunate agree to sign treaties with Western powers, even though doing so posed a serious threat to its own political authority? For over 1,000 years, Japan modeled its political systems and legal frameworks after those of successive Chinese dynasties. In that sense, China served as a cultural and civilizational benchmark for Japan. However, the situation changed dramatically in 1840, when the Qing dynasty was defeated by Britain in the Opium War. Through this conflict, Japan witnessed firsthand the overwhelming military and economic power of the Western nations, fueled by the Industrial Revolution. This sparked a deep sense of alarm over the possibility of colonization. As a result, Japan chose to abandon its long-standing policy of national isolation and shifted toward opening the country in order to avoid military confrontation with the West. The signing of these treaties not only marked the beginning of the end for the samurai-led era, but also served as the catalyst for Yokohama's development. Yokohama's development did not progress smoothly after the port was opened. Following World War II, the arrival of American occupation forces temporarily stalled the city's growth and had a significant impact on the lives of its residents. This period is an essential part of Yokohama's history and helps explain the city's present-day character. We'll explore this post-war chapter in more detail in future videos.